Hey everyone, David Owl Nerve Guy here. Today, it's been 3 weeks, so time for an update on the Adventure Force Tactical Strike EM Pro. Welcome to TAG. The Adventure Force Tactical Strike EM Pro. I mean, this thing has been a breeze. Even as far as I can reach and can remember with this blaster, I can't find any bad thing to say about it, really. For 25 US, $40 Canadian, you got a top prime, magazine fed, half dart blaster that delivers. Really, like, it's shooting 150 FPS constantly, like a good average, let's say 145 to be fair, but still, it is constant. It got incredible accuracy even though there is a very small barrel. This thing is not that hard to prime really, and it's buttery smooth. Plus, you can shotgun the thing pretty easily and it's still precise. Got a good but not too big of a spread, just enough so your opponent can't avoid the shot. And really, I've been double priming this thing a lot to fire through dart. And it's awesome, it's amazing. And it happened by accident, really. I just like double fed it one time, shoot, it was good, and then it happened again, and okay, I was playing with the D prime here to check my magazine if it was all the way up, and I was ending up like double feeding the blaster, and realized, oh my god, this is a good shotgun. So I tried to continue using that thing with very little practice. You get very used to just put your finger on the D prime before you load your second dart, and it's very easy. Plus the fact that you can put whatever magazine inside, and that magazine you can easily top it from here. Like if you're using the included magazine, this is easier. With Talon, with Dragon Claw, it's doable. The channel is narrower. You need to squeeze your dart a little more. With Katana, with the original mag, it seemed to be easier, but the original mag is the one to go if you want to top feed your blaster. This is a breeze to just put in, and with that double click, like it's not coming out. It's very tight in the adapter. It's everything you will need. Plus the profile is not that big. You can quite easily holster the blaster. This thing is compact, rather inexpensive, with a lot of potential. And that's my thing. The fact that this blaster is so cool and so good, it's because it's aiming at a very wide demographic. It's aiming at pretty much everyone. If you just want a good blaster, you go and buy this one and you have it. If you want a quality blaster, I mean the build quality, I'm trying to make it creak, okay? I'm really trying, and it doesn't want to creak. It's not even twisting. The way they build it, it's like they put a plastic frame inside of a shell. It's incredible. For the price that they are offering this thing, plus, not to mention, same thing as with the Nexus, that great barrel that can shoot pretty much everything you can shove inside. I mean, I had good result with Ultra, good result with Rival, with Mega, and I'm pretty sure some other thing can fit in there. But with Rival and with Mega, this is a breeze. And if you ever need the use of special ammo in your game just to tag or to destroy a shield or kill a special enemy, there you have it. Without having another blaster, you just need to have some of this ammo with you, which is great. Plus a top prime blaster. Everyone had a top prime blaster, aka a Retaliator or anything in the like in its hand, so we know how it works. The prime is a little stiff. Yeah, it is more stiff than let's say a real nerve blaster or a lower FPS like classic Ikshot or anything basic in the 70 FPS, 80 FPS range. This is not the same thing. This is slightly stiffer than a Rival, but other than that, this is not a workout. It's not like you're gonna hurt yourself priming this blaster. And the more you use it, the more you get to the prime. Plus putting your finger near the D prime where you need to double load for a shotgun. I mean, this blaster really do everything. And if you ever want to put some optics on it, or you have regular compatible Picatinny rail that fit with pretty much everything you can find. So it fits with everything you can find on the rail, everything you can find as a magazine, basically full dart, half dart. It's basically gonna fit on it. There's already some great kit on the market to install on it, like the Durax Flux kit to put on it to do an EM Flux. I like that. I mean everything. The barrel shoots everything. Plus the dart, the blaster can accept pretty much every dart you can put inside, and still have good result. This is an awesome blaster. I've been taking this one more than the Nexus since I have it. Now I understand why this blaster came on the market after the Nexus. If this thing would have come just before it, it would have partially eclipsed the Nexus and render it something more of a niche blaster, more for enthusiast competitive player. But now that we knew the Nexus first, we need to have like the general purpose, the general public pro blaster, which is this one, the reliable, consistent, all-in-one package, $425 US, $40 Canadian. Pretty much impossible to beat. It never jammed on me. It might let go a dart on the ground like the Nexus was doing from time to time, but nothing as often as with the Nexus. This thing is, I'm not comparing the two, this is really for this blaster, but I've been using this one a lot more than the other one. That's it. This is, I think, an overall better blaster. Not a better modders platform, but a better overall blaster. I mean, the quality, the price, the performance, everything is awesome. It never jams. You can shotgun it, top feed it, put whatever mags in it, whatever dart. This is an awesome blaster. I really have nothing bad to say, and that's it. In the meantime, you can always follow me on Facebook and Instagram at @ThatLittleNerveGuy. Please leave a like and comment. Comment me on your experience on the EN. I want to hear about that. Subscribe for more content. Don't forget to hit that bell to stay notified of my latest video. This was Dave Fatag. See you next time. Bye.